Episode 2 of Fallout begins with a look at another new character over at the Enclave, Wilzig. Hey, it's Ben from Lost.
History is about to repeat itself.
Anyway, he's just as nefarious here too, given he's working as part of an elite set of scientists. They're breeding the best in class dogs. If newborns weigh under a certain weight, they're killed, or incinerated, while the end goal here seems to be creating some sort of serum. All will be revealed later in the show though.
Spoilers. What?
But for now, Wilzig injects himself with something and this tiny pill is wedged in his neck. CX-404 is the name of his perfect dog, the one Wilzig has raised since they were a newborn, and he protects his master by killing another scientist who shows up and hits the alarm when he notices what Wilzig has done. Before anyone else can get alerted to his arrival, Wilzig takes CX-404 and heads out into the wilderness. This is our target, the one the Brotherhood and also the Ghoul are after, and it explains his origin. Meanwhile, Lucy continues her crusade to try and find her dad. As she camps out that night, under the stars, her lit fire attracts the attention of none other than Wilzig. He warns that this is a recipe for her to die and she needs to adjust to this world. She needs to adapt, and he warns that her priorities may change when she becomes a different animal altogether. He soon disappears, and Lucy continues to keep her fire lit despite the warnings. Thankfully, nothing comes near her. Wilzig heads out with CX-404, but they happen to be near radioactive waste. His dog brings back a severed hand, and the bones nearby alert to a much more menacing creature in the vicinity. This happens to coincide with Maximus, who finds himself following along with the knight, Titus, he's assigned with. They arrive right at the mouth of a cave and, armed with a large gun, head in together. Titus hangs back and demands Maximus look deeper in the cave to find the adversary. In doing so, it actually shows up behind the Brotherhood knight, who runs out the cave and allows himself to be mauled by this huge mutant bear.
Justice.
Titus belittles Maximus constantly after he hits a killer blow on the creature, to the point where Maximus decides that he doesn't deserve the armor. He's going to let the guy bleed out and die, deciding to take the armor for himself and bring back the target, that being Wilzig, to prove his honor too.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
In the morning, Lucy shows up at an abandoned house, wanting to ask for directions. The guy there is rather eccentric and he points out that Philly, the nearby city, is just over the hill, but it's incredibly dangerous. When he mentions he hasn't seen her father either, the guy basically asks to be one himself, to Lucy's children.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, mate.
He tries to sell the rundown house and a possible life to her, but Lucy graciously declines the offer. Lucy ends up in the same woods as Maximus and follows a crowd of people as she stumbles upon Philly. Whilst there, she attracts the attention of the Ghoul, who happens to be watching from afar. Lucy shows up at the nearby shop and asks about Moldava. As soon as she does, the demeanor changes. She warns Lucy that she needs to leave, otherwise things are going to get worse for her. When Lucy leaves the shop, she ends up running into Wilzig again. He brings up her entire history and warns that the world is very different up here compared to in the vaults. Their little encounter brings the attention of the Ghoul though, who decides he's going to make himself welcome. He points to Wilzig and the bounty on his head. Marjune, the owner of the shop, has apparently been paid a ton of caps, which is the Fallout equivalent of money, to give him safe passage to Philly. The Ghoul doesn't wait for a reply and instead shoots off Wilzig's foot. With 1,000 bottle caps over the Ghoul's head, a big fight breaks out in town. Here we see the sheer power and skill that Cooper commands. While all this is going on, Lucy heads inside the shop and checks out June's log, where she notices Moldava's name. As she's searching through, she notices a gun up on the wall and decides to take it for herself. As she steps outside, face to face with the Ghoul, she tries to fight him. However, the big turning point here comes from Maximus, who shows just in time with his armor and protects Lucy from the killer blow. He keeps the Ghoul busy as they fight in the main square, while June and Lucy work together to bring Wilzig inside. Marjune brings her associate, Barv, in to fix Wilzig's leg. It seems to do the trick and he ends up with a metal prosthetic limb, while Maximus loses control of his suit and finds himself nowhere near the level he should be to fight off the Ghoul. I guess he'll just have to level up with some side quests then.
That's not funny!
Anyway, the Ghoul fixes up CX-404 after initially knifing the dog. He uses a stim pack to heal him up. However, he does so in a bid to find Wilzig, using the dog's superior sense of smell to guide him in the right direction. When we cut to Lucy and Wilzig, they happen to be way off in the wilderness and seem to have made good time given where they were before. Surely they must have fast travelled, right?
It's not funny. It's not funny. I am fucking pissed off.
Anyway, Wilzig decides to give up and drinks the serum to kill himself. He tells Lucy, before he dies, to bring his head to Moldava and change the future. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.